So it's Monday morning. We definitely got a big week ahead of us. We got to do a lot of prep work to get ready for the week. So I think that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get Jordan reclaiming screens. We got a bunch of embroidery work to do, so Savvy will be on that. I think we are going to try and film a video within this video and a few other things. And also, Ed just found 20 bucks blowing across the parking lot. So this is definitely a sign it's going to be a good week. So yeah, today's game plan, like I said, you'll be on reclaim. We need a bunch of 150s and 225s, basically. More 225s than me. Whatever you do, 1/3 of the number should be 150s, 2/3 be 225s.
Okay.
Fill that cabinet completely. You know what you're doing. You got embroidery to do, that giant jacket back, which I forget how many stitches that is. Do you see how many it is? It's like 30, 40,000. So it's a lot. It'll take a while. That'll probably be all day today, if not a little bit tomorrow, I would guess too. It's a big one. Gonna suck a little bit. I will be on stickers. I gotta make some banners. So, you know the drill. 15 minutes, 3S time. Everybody, this place looks pretty fantastic with our last week of doing so. And maybe we'll teach Jordan how to coat screens today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think it's time you learn that. We'll do that today too. We've been doing the 3S thing every morning for 2 weeks now. Originally it was 5S, but I thought 2 of those S's are kind of redundant, so we shortened it down to 3S. We're just down to sort, shine, and standardize. And man, the shop has been staying super clean. We do it for 15 minutes every single morning, and now every time a customer walks in, they're just like, wow, this place looks amazing. We never have to worry about cleaning the shop because it's just always clean. Everyone can find stuff, and it's getting better every day that we do it. So while those guys are working on embroidery and reclaiming screens, we're gonna go to the garage. I gotta do some banners. I sold some banners a while back to the pre-order, and it's taken me quite a while to produce all these things because, man, there was a lot of them. I did not anticipate the amount to sell that sold. And we got the last batch to catch up on today. We can finally get these out to everybody. So the banner orders are now done. Thank you to everyone who ordered. It took me way too long to produce all of those, but that's the last batch on its way out the door now to everybody, so hell yes. And we're gonna run the pre-order for these banners one more time because it seems like people still want these things, and I also came up with this super sick limited edition version last night, and I kinda just wanna make some more. So the pre-order is now live. Click the link in the description below. We're gonna run this thing for another like 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. Pick yourself up one of these while you still can. This one especially is gonna be a one and done, so as soon as the pre-order is finished, never again. The black ones, however, maybe. All right, next up, we've got some stickers to make. These are some kind of like larger scale stickers. They're going on the doors of some helicopters, which is kind of cool. And we also gotta make some, you know, their tail registration ID decals for it. And then we can head back to the shop. Jordan is our newest guy. He has been here, what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
The 8th will be a month.
Oh, shit. Well,
yeah.
So yeah, he has yet to coat a screen. He's been doing reclaim, helping me set up the press, all that. Eventually, I'm hoping I can turn this minion into a screen printer. So today's the day to start. So, it's your scoop coater. We got 2 sides on this thing. We got sharp side, we got round side. You can tell the difference between the two, obviously. We use the round side on this one for the most part. Unless, like, for what we're gonna do today, we're gonna use the round side. If we're using like 300 screens and up, we'll use the sharp side. Grab your bucket of emulsion, crack that son of a bitch open. Fill it up always like never fill it all the way. You want to fill it up pretty much like halfway, a little over. It's like an optimal fill for this thing. Next. We'll probably do the opposite and make you shit your pants if you eat it. So.
Fantastic. Good to know.
So we always coat from the back side first, shirt side.
Okay.
This is to push the emulsion this way, and then when we do our final coat on this side, it pushes it back to this side, which is the side that is on the shirt, creating the stencil. So you kind of want it going that way. So start with this side first, press it up against there, like so. Lift it, let it dam up against it. Press pretty hard, like not hard, but you know what I mean, it's pressure. You want to hear the zip sound. Hear that shit? And just like nice, slow, controlled speed. Get to the top, stop, tip it back towards yourself, let it run back in, and just do a little and slice it off. So then you take it, flip it over towards yourself. Don't rotate it, because you want to coat in the opposite direction on both sides so that it interlocks with the mesh properly.
Okay.
And just do the same thing again. Press up against there, watch the emulsion, let it dam up, pull back just a tiny little bit, a few degrees. Push decently hard, stop, and that is it. So once you got that, the sticker says it all, how it goes in the front cabinet. I made it bigger, so don't mess that up. Mess it up now, we got problems.
We need new ones now with red screens.
Oh my god.
Are these magnets?
Yeah, the rest of the beats there. You're already starting off poorly.
Poorly?
Yep. Flip it over. All right. So yeah, when you grab this thing, this is how I like to hold it. I'll like kind of grab it like that.
Thumbs at the
So you
bottom.
can kind of like give it pressure, and you can give it even pressure. Some people do it with one hand. I think that sucks and it's stupid. I've never done it that way. So yeah, just pick it up, kind of clasp it, and then you got full control over it. So start like right here.
Okay.
Okay, tip it up, watch it, let it dam up. Gates there, good. Now tip back just a tiny bit and start going up. And hold solid pressure. More pressure, more pressure. There you go, there you go. There you go. Now a little higher, yeah, close enough. Not the worst, not the worst. That was not bad for a first try. So you can see here on the edges where it's like thick,
Yeah.
that's where you didn't have enough pressure, and then you can see it taper off as you started putting proper pressure down.
Okay.
So like up here is where you were good. Go like just a little bit slower on the speed. You should be good.
Okay.
And then when you do your stop, like do it like, you know, an inch or so from
A
the
little
top.
higher?
Yeah. So now flip the screen towards yourself.
Yeah.
And just do the same thing again. The inside's a little bit more difficult just because you gotta fight the frame. Okay. Cool. Good. Pretty good. A little more pressure. You want to hear like that sound like it's a tent zipper almost. Good. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Savvy, I think he beat you for a first try. You're almost there. Third screen, let's see it happen. Let's see a perfect one. Nice, yeah, that's how I start. Tip it up. There you go. That's professional.
I'm pressing pretty
That's
hard.
professional. I like it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think we got a natural on our hands here. Brought in a ringer. Pretty good. I'm impressed. Perfect one. That one's like, I would call that like 99%.
Okay.
Just that little on the side there, you let up a little bit.
There.
Heard that crackling happen? Scared you a little?
It's, yeah.
Sweet. I think you got it. So whenever you're coating screens, that's basically it. This thing, as the level goes down, you're gonna have to like move slower and slower and slower. Not so much on the speed going up the screen, but slower waiting for it to dam up against you.
Right, yeah.
But that's pretty much it. I try to keep it at this level. Like if I'm gonna coat like 2 of these cabinets, I'll just top it up again.
To stay at this, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because then this is some real screen print nerd shit that you're not gonna learn for a long time, but like EOM, like the thickness of that stuff on there will factor into our print a lot. So the speed you go and even like the level of this will determine how thick it comes out on there.
Okay.
So for first try, you're killing it. Let's see you fill that whole cabinet full of perfect screens. Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. Coat a screen better than probably half the people that talk shit about my videos.
It's time for some B-roll.
Yeah, let's give Jordan his first cool B-roll segment of doing something.
How you feeling?
Pretty good. I
Yeah?
was kind of scared. I didn't know how I'd do, but apparently I'm a natural.
Yeah. You're like you're like 8 to 10% towards being a screen printer now. You know how to reclaim a screen?
Yeah.
You've almost learned how to make a screen. You got a long way to go, but those are 2 pretty important steps. A lot of
As
people
long as
can't
I'm on the
figure
right track, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And I'm
You're
doing
on
better
your way.
than the last guy.
You're on your way. So when you're done, this happens immediately. You can get this in 1 of 2 ways. You can finger bang it back in, just scoop it in, or you can use this little guy and just, I mean, I always forget this thing, so I use my finger half the time, but I mean, this is definitely a lot
The
cleaner.
better way to do it.
This is definitely a little bit more efficient.
Okay.
So get as much of it back in there as you can. Doesn't have to be fucking perfect by any means, like that's close enough.
That's good.
Good enough.
Okay.
Get the bucket sealed back up all the way.
Yep.
Grab yourself a baby wipe.
Clean that shit
Clean that
up.
stuff up. Got that cleaned up. Take this over to the sink. Clean it, yeah, immediately. So like I use the warm water on it because it definitely
helps,
cuts
yeah.
through it a lot faster. Just take this little brush. Kinda,
Don't need any soap or anything.
no, just kind of break it up with the brush a little bit, and the water will do its job. That's pretty good. And then just put it back there. We can grab it for the next round. Golden. That's it.
I made it to the next level.
Yeah, man.
I leveled up today.
Gained like 100 XP today. So I've made a number of shop improvements over the past week. We got the first thing here, we got a little nice spot for our masks. They're all labeled and shit. We got a spot for the gloves right where you need them, which is super nice. Before we were kind of walking around to the table over there to grab them, which was stupid. We got this little mat down here, which is actually like a dog food tray or something like that for the wet screens when they're on the ground as we're doing reclaim. So now we don't have a bunch of water pooling up here and like running out into the shop. We used to have to mop that up every time reclaim was happening. That is no longer an issue. We got this nice little squeegee rack. Before we had them all piled up on top of this shelf here, which didn't really work out very well. Now we've got everything labeled. Flood bars, special squeegees, you know, 70, 90, 70, or 70 Duro. We got our ink wipes down here right in front of the ink table, which is super handy. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is make some sort of little legend type of thing to put on here to show people what squeegee rubbers do what. That way they can better choose what they need for each job. So as I teach people how to screen print in here, they can, you know, have a little less questions for me. I do still need to figure out something better for this ink table. I think I got an idea though, making some sort of little cutouts for the ink cups to sit in so they're not falling down anymore. And then I have an idea for how we can set up and tear down the press a little bit better, but I still gotta work that one out. I made our drying cabinet instruction sticker way bigger because apparently Jordan couldn't read it. Testing out this little bottle holder idea. They're labeled, so everything is gonna have a home. I gotta get way more of these for the rest of the bottles. I just wanted to try out one, and so far, it's awesome. I use the press wash right beside the press every day, so now I'll always know where it is. And then the final one, we have another rack full of stuff over here where we do our ink mixing. So we got our gloves over here, our press wash, we got wipes again, we got our viscosity buster, cleanup cards. Everything is labeled where it's supposed to go, so that way everything has a home, everyone knows where it goes. Little by little, we're just gonna keep picking off the easy stuff and work our way to the hard stuff. Again, the next thing I think I gotta do is figure out something with that ink rack. It is a disaster. It drives me crazy. I have an idea for it, but if we pursue this idea, my poor manual press might have to go. Dun dun dun. It was a good day today. We got all of our prep work done for the week. Savvy got that jacket order done, which was a huge one. Each jacket got like a 40,000 stitch back on it, so it took quite a while. Unfortunately, we cannot show that one because the client wants to keep that one secret, so yeah, we showed you what we could. That's about it. Jordan leveled up a little bit. Pretty impressed with that. He did what, like 15 screens or something today? I don't think he made any mistakes. We're gonna find out tomorrow, but they look pretty good so far, so well done, Jordan. And I was able to kind of hang out on my computer in the background for a bit. That was my goal today, and just tinker around. Made a couple really big sales today, so hell yes. And came up with a new shop improvement to do tonight, so maybe we will show that tomorrow. Today's game plan, the one color shit, get all that done today. That will not take long at all. That'll be an hour or two in the morning. And then Border Queen gets her shelf today. Woo! Pull that front off the thing, go cut those sheets of melamine. I'm gonna need probably your and your help. These things are heavy.
Yeah.
And putting those things lengthwise to the table saw is going to suck balls, and I ain't doing that by myself. I struggle these 4x8 sheets that are like 300 pounds. So yeah, we gotta cut those things long ways and you know, measure for all the cutouts for all the posts and stuff in there.
Okay.
So that won't take, I don't think. I don't know. I'm not fucking Bob
It
Vila,
could
so
be
we'll see
quick.
what
It could go
yeah, it could go
south.
horribly wrong.
Yeah.
I have no idea. It shouldn't be too difficult. I can't imagine. Right after those one colors, and then once that's done, we'll go right back to embroidery, I guess. Start on those hats. Big ass head hats, wherever those went.
Oh,
Yeah, start on those things. You just need up for the rest of them, so I gotta order blanks for that. Oh, right, yeah, those the embroidery guys come and fix the machine. So it's a good time to be working on it then, I guess, because we won't be able to run for a while. And then, yeah, back to screen prep again for the rest of the week's stuff. We got like an 8 color to do tomorrow, and that one's gonna suck. The fire department one, the design is. It's not sim process, it's 8 colors of like spot colors. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to try and get that thing to print properly without colors lifting. So yeah, we'll deal with that one. And then if we have time, might shoot a video within this video today. Yeah, shoot a Flash Friday
Inception.
video. Possibly, if we have enough time. I don't know how long that's gonna take with the embroidery machine. 3S time.
3S.
Couple new shop improvements this morning. First one is I did make this little legend up here for the squeegee rack. That way everybody knows what squeegee does what, and gives a little brief description of it. Gives some setup tips on angle, pressure, all that stuff, so it'll help the new guys, you know, get up to speed a little bit faster. And we made these improvement cards. This, I feel like, is going to be very, very valuable in here. So every employee is responsible for making little improvements to their own area, but if they have an improvement that they can't make themselves, like there's something I gotta buy or something we gotta make, it goes down on this card, they stick it in this little thing which is gonna hang above my desk, and then we buy or make the thing to improve their work area. We already have Savvy's little embroidery shelf in here, so we're taking care of that today, but this is gonna come in handy, I think. All right, let's go print some shirts. So I got a little tip for you right now. We got another one color to do, very simple, but this one we've got a black print going right along the very bottom of the shirt. And I always used to have problems with lining that one up. Obviously not with getting it straight, but making sure it's centered in there, because I used to, like a lot of people, put my print up top here and then take the shirt and, you know, put it on like that, which is fine, but it's very difficult to get that thing centered on the shirt. So something else I figured out was putting the image very low on the screen, basically as low as I could get it, so that way I can put the shirt all the way on the palette first and make sure it's straight, and then I use my lasers to line up where it needs to come back to, so I get the shirt on straight and just pull back a little bit, make sure the shirt is where it needs to be, and bam, now it's centered every single time. If you don't have a laser, this can still work for you. All you gotta do is just draw a line on your palette where the bottom of the shirt needs to meet up, line it up nice and straight on there, make sure you're like an inch or two off of that line with your design, good to go. We're done a little bit early today, which is awesome. So we're gonna take care of this little shelf. Savvy has wanted this shelf on this machine forever. There is this gigantic open area underneath here that's just begging to be a shelf. Wasted space, so we're gonna build that. And then we can have some extra storage on the bottom, have a spot for all our cap drivers. Hopefully, it'll mess this up. I'm not much of a carpenter. Thankfully, these tables come off super, super easy. There's just like a little latch on each side and a wing nut, and they pop right off, which is super handy. So it shouldn't take very long. I'm just gotta unbolt all these fronts, measure everything, go cut it on the table saw, and yeah. It's a good thing I bought that table saw, by the way. I bought a brand new table saw just because I thought it was cool. No use for it whatsoever, and I finally have one. The tiniest table saw ever. When it comes through, you're gonna have to be like catching it, right?
All right, well.
So I'm back.
Like try and keep it, she does? Yeah. Try and keep it flat on there.
Oh my god, I don't. Okay.
It's gonna be tough to keep straight. We might need to do a different thing. Can this blade go all the way in and we can use this just as like a sawhorse? Ah, it can. Wonderful. I'm gonna cut this with a fucking skill saw like a man.
It's a lot of work for the shelf.
For someone who is so unprepared, I'm actually prepared for this. It's like in comparison to the height of the saw. Pretty goddamn close. Oh, this is a little bit off.
You're wearing safety goggles.
I'm safety squinting.
Safety squinting.
Yeah, I do. What the fuck?
Like a
Point.
glove.
Yes!
That thing looks like pretty much a factory fit. I mean, come on. Not bad. Obviously, it makes a huge difference. All our cap drivers and frames are off the ground now. They used to be in like a pile down here in the corner. Now they're underneath every single head, ready to grab when you need them. It's gonna speed stuff up a lot, and it gives us a whole bunch of extra room now for storage, which we sorely need in here because this is a tiny little shop. But yeah, super happy with how this thing turned out. How do you feel about it? This is your area.
I love it. It's perfect. Amazing.
My dreams have come true.
You heard it. And actually, while we were at it, Savvy made another little improvement to her station with these tiny little blocks of wood to lift this shelf so that the rolls of tearaway and cutaway can stand up underneath there and now be stored in a much nicer spot. So improvements all around. We still have a lot of improvements to make to the embroidery area. We gotta figure out something with all that thread. It's gotta go somewhere else so we can put the hoops up there, make them faster to grab. We gotta build some kind of shelf system for the top of our hat hooping station here so she can grab the hats real fast and stick them on the framing gauge. And then we gotta figure out something for the hoops themselves because she always has to reach to grab them. So we gotta mount them like off the side of this thing somewhere or figure out some way to like stack them on the table with like some foam them somehow. I don't know, but that is a future us problem. These improvements don't happen overnight, just little by little, we'll get there. Anyways, that wraps this one up. Thank you guys for watching. Click the thumbs up button on this video if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you again in the next one.
God.
How do you feel about all that extra motion?
Oh my god, this is awesome.
Whatever the hell this is called, the frame. What is that called? I better do that again.